Welcome to our 2015 video of a celebration of learning. Over the next 5 minutes, you'll hear from teachers about what we've been learning and how we've been doing it at St Eugene College, Burpengary. In 2015, St Eugene's has begun our journey with the DELT strategy, delivering excellence in learning and teaching.
DELT is an attempt to develop collective responsibility for the progress of every student.
We think it's very important not just to share the theory or the ambition of BCE, but for us to be able to decide how we can bring this to life. We have a 6-step mobilisation and sustainability strategy. Step 1 is the data story. Step 2 involves the expert practitioner. 3 is reciprocal teaching. 4 is acknowledgement of proficiency and success. 5 is targeting resources and release. The final step is the notion of induction and ongoing support. When a teacher learns how to do something and then they get an opportunity to share with their peers, that really builds them in terms of andragogy. That's all about building teacher capacity.
Our professional development has had a major focus this year on literacy improvement. Our group has focused on context text model of language and the gradual release model.
So when I introduce a new text to my class, I work on the context text model of language. This can be embedded into the gradual release process as well.
The gradual release model of pedagogy is the way that we teach all of our subjects.
I've used it in a variety of different classes, ranging from religious education to work education, health education, and I find it a really valuable resource.
I've been part of the group that's been focused on data and review and response meetings, looking at the construction and purpose of data walls in the school. So we took up Lynn Sharrett's challenge of putting faces on the data.
Using data walls has definitely helped me see an improvement across the board. From back in March when we first did it, we had lots of students on 0 in some components of the marking criteria. Now we've actually got lots of movement, 1s, 2s and even some 3s, which I'm really ecstatic about.
By using the data walls and the information that was gathered on there, we were able to look at the progress of the Year 8s in their text structure and their sentence structure. We've also been able to continue to track their progress.
In our second cycle of collection of data, we have seen an improved response in our writing across the middle years in 7, 8 and 9.
Our expert group has been working on the 10 essential skills for classroom management created by Mark Davidson. The goal of the group was for everybody to be able to improve their classroom behaviour management skills and build relationships with students and parents.
It covers everything from establishing expectations to dealing with off-task behaviours.
I find it very effective. Students are aware of what they have to do and how they have to behave in the classroom.
I have found the behaviour wall particularly valuable as it is a constant visible display that both the students and I regularly refer to.
This is 2 Gold's behaviour wall. This is the school value, our class rules and what happens when we do and don't follow them.
It's had a really positive effect on students' behaviour and it's really helped me to deal with behaviour in a positive way.
We implemented the Gotcha program at the beginning of term 3. We wanted to acknowledge the behaviour that the children were doing in the playground.
We look forward to being able to recognise any student that's doing the right thing.
Some big differences that we've seen in behaviour support is we have a lot less students coming down there. Uniform has improved, academic detentions are very few and far between now because students know the expectations and they're meeting those expectations.
This year we've been working with Pat Edgar on guided reading and she's shown us how to explicitly teach reading strategies to the children. I can see huge improvement in their reading.
I think that the way that we're doing guided reading now is far more engaging for the students. It's also more engaging for me as a teacher.
I've really enjoyed learning and teaching the new PHONOGRAMS program this year, or as in author. I've seen huge improvements in the students' reading and their writing and their spelling.
This is because the children know how many sounds are in a word. It has 3 letters and 3 sounds.
The Delivering Excellent Learning and Teaching Strategy has as its foundation the pedagogical imperatives brought to us through visible learning.
We clearly set out what a learning intention is and what a success criteria is.
I know I've achieved my goal when I can tick it off on the success criteria off the board. As a class, we identify how they can be successful and write that below the learning intention.
Your learning intention today, it's describing and continue and create.
I have found that learning intentions give the children a direction of where they need to be in their learning. I find that their quality of work is quite high.
This year we implemented the TRIP program. The program consists of 4 intensive sessions per week with a trained school officer or a teacher. The students who have completed TRIP have shown great improvement not only in their reading but also in their self-confidence in their own ability.
TRIP is an amazing program and I'm glad our school adopted it.
I've been mightily impressed by everyone's willingness to give things a go. So I think it's been a great year and I'm certainly looking forward to learning and working with this staff for the future.